Welcome to Girl Talk Pickleball, Episode 1. Today, we're going to find out more about co-host the GTPB, Ann.
Hey there, welcome to Girl Talk Pickleball. I'm JamiSue.
And I'm Ann.
And today we are going to start off with introducing Ann. We want to give you guys kind of a view into what her life is like, how she found pickleball, and why she plays every day, what keeps her going, and why you love the sport.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
It's it's one of our ways to get to the heart of pickleball, and we're going to start with Ann. So if I were to ask you a question, how did you first hear about pickleball?
You know, I was about 8 years old. My dad was an avid golfer, and we would go to golf tournaments and watch him. And so I was born in Leavenworth, Washington, which is really cool. But there's a golf tournament there called the Edelweiss, and I think it's still going. My dad started it with Bud Peterson. But so we were at the Edelweiss golf tournament, and we were at our friend's house, and they had put in a pickleball court. So Daryl Sweat had put a pickleball court in. I was about 8 years old. So this was a long time ago, right?
And we know this sport has been around for a long time.
I was so excited about it. And so I went down there, and Daryl was telling my dad, oh, you're going to love this. You're going to be really good at it, because my dad is good at everything.
Yeah.
But my dad he wasn't too interested. He was, concerned about golf. And I was like, well, what is this? How do you play? And Daryl looks at me. He goes, this is for adults.
Yeah, not anymore.
Yeah, I was in the age, a child in the age of children are to be seen and not heard.
Yep.
So that was my first introduction to pickleball.
Okay, and so you heard about it, couldn't play it, and then what?
Then I, fast forward through life. I'm 25. It's my first year teaching as an art teacher. And I'm in a middle school in Pasco. And they say, oh yeah, you're gonna have you teach art, but we also want you to coach volleyball, basketball, softball, and be a PE teacher. And because it's my first year and I was dumb, I was like, oh yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, I loved coaching PE.
Oh yeah.
Oh, PE was so fun.
You probably love being active. So
I love being active.
Perfect
I loved it so
to
much.
do anything like that.
But one of the 6 weeks curriculum was pickleball. And so the other PE teachers taught me how to play because I didn't know, and I loved it. And even after the 6 weeks, we organized a teacher tournament, and it was so funny because I got paired up with Clark Denslow, and he actually is a good tennis player, and he's quite a bit older than me, but he and I made it into the championship against the two PE teachers. So the two PE teachers were both very athletic.
Okay.
And it was a really fun time, and I adored it. I loved every second of it, but then I never played it again.
Right, so it's just in school and then you're done.
Yeah. Well, and I think part of the problem was that I didn't have a community.
Right.
And I didn't know where courts were. I mean, we were playing literally in the gym, and we had nets. I didn't have nets, and I didn't have paddles. I didn't have people.
What were your paddles like?
Oh, wood. They were wood paddles, But it was fun. And these were middle school kids in Pasco. A lot of kids that didn't have very much, but they loved this. They loved pickleball. Yeah. Of all the things we did, because we did hockey, and we did so many things, but pickleball was their favorite.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it's been 3 years that you've played.
I've only been playing for 3 years since then. So one of my friends from church invited my husband and I, which is so cool because we were trying to, just socialize, right? And so she said, hey, we're going to do a fun couples tournament down at the park for pickleball. Do you guys know how to play? And I was like, Mark, do you know how to play pickleball? He's like, yeah, I took a course at WSU for 6 weeks.
Okay.
So back when he was in his 20s. And I was like, okay, we could do this. And so we ordered paddles on Amazon, wood paddles, and we show up at the park.
Oh my goodness.
And there's all these couples, and they all have like these really beautiful paddles from Selkirk. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess people don't use the wood paddles anymore. and this is actually 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And so we play, and we got smoked. We got beat by everyone, and we were like the worst ones there. And I was like, whoa. I am athletic. You are athletic.
Yeah.
What is going on? And I was like, it's got to be the paddles. And so a whole year went, and then my friend invites me again,
Yeah.
Marissa. And I go, yeah, we'll come. I told my husband, I said, I don't care how much it costs. I'm buying some of those fancy paddles because I'm not going to get beat again. I know they beat me because of the paddles.
Right.
And so we go to Selkirk. Well, I had to call and ask, where'd you get the paddles? They're like, well, they're here right in town. They make them at Selkirk. And so we go down to Selkirk at their old pro shop.
Yeah.
And they were so sweet. They let us check out the
so
paddles. And we took a variety and we played at the park. We had them for a couple days.
Yeah.
And I was like, I definitely like this paddle. And my husband was like, I like this paddle. And we had different kinds. I had the Invicta, and he had some other shape.
Yeah.
Different one. The S2. He had the S2.
S2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so we show up, we play, and we did better. But we didn't beat everybody because there's a whole element of, of chess with pickleball and knowing how to play. And we didn't have any of that. But we loved the social, and it was so fun. And so because we lost again, we weren't the worst ones, because there were people that were there were people who were newer, right? We weren't the worst ones. Yeah. But I was like, we have to figure out how to get better.
Yeah.
And my friend Marissa's like, well, I'm in a league. And I was like, where's that? And she's like, at Peak. And I'm like, what's Peak? Yeah. So we joined Peak, which is a local
facility. Health and wellness facility.
Which is amazing because they have weights and
all over the
classes and all sorts of things besides pickleball.
Yeah.
But pickleball is the greatest aspect of Peak.
Yeah.
And so we joined Peak and we joined the league, and it just took off from there. And my husband kind of came on a little slower. Yeah. He wasn't as into it as I was.
Yeah.
And I think that's because when I was in high school, I played volleyball, basketball, softball. We went to state and all these sports. And I was with a really athletic group of girls. And my senior year, the summer before, I was going on a date. The first week I was dating this boy, and he was driving too fast, and he wrecked his car.
Oh, no.
And so I was in intensive care for a week. My arm was broken 3 places on my elbow. My ribs were broken. My kidney was literally in 3 pieces inside my body. So I had all these lacerations all over my body, and I was done with sports. And it was so sad because I had been like kind of the 6th man in basketball. I had really good guards ahead of me. Yeah. One of the guards got a full ride scholarship to WSU and was a starter for all 4 years and like made records. And she's amazing. She's an amazing athlete. I keep trying to get her to play pickleball, and I actually played with her a few months ago, pickleball.
Oh, and what did she think?
She loves it. She loves it, but I'm trying to really get her to play. Yeah. Like, I want her to
That's what we want to do.
I want her to play like we're playing, And so, she's like, are you still a fanatic about pickleball? Yes, I'm still a fanatic about pickleball because it's so fun. But so I lost the opportunity to really compete.
Yeah.
And it was kind of my time to be a real competitor, not just a 6-person in basketball. I mean, I played a lot in volleyball and I played a lot in softball, but I really loved basketball. Yeah. So I wanted to be in that role. And I didn't, it was over. And I couldn't play that whole senior year because, this arm took months to heal, and I could never really play volleyball again because this arm had stitches. You see the scars, it was just shredded.
Yeah.
So anyway, the competitive aspect, it fills that kind of void from that because it felt like it was shut off.
Yeah.
And I really like that. But even more so than the competitive, I like the people.
Yeah.
I like the community.
Yeah.
The show Cheers?
Yep.
Yeah. And how they walk in and everybody's like, Norm, and everybody knows them. It's that way with pickleball.
It is that way with pickleball.
Yeah. And I love it so much because I love my family, but I'm really not very close with them. Yeah. And the only time that I see them is when I go to see them, and it's kind of like I get little doses of family. They're not family, but they are family to me, Yep. And I see these people that I love and that love me, and we go out and we hit balls at each other and we talk smack and we whatever, and then, we're done. And it's so fulfilling, emotionally with friends.
Oh, yeah. So if getting to know you, as you get to know Anne, you're going to see that she's a very loving, tender-hearted, caring individual. But when she's on the court, she's like a fierce competitor. It's just a whole different Anne. But she still has that loving, caring persona around her. I mean, you're just so likable. And people, they smile. You'll have to be on a court with Anne someday.
I do like to win.
Yeah, she does like to win. It's a whole different Anne.
But I'm okay. I'm okay with losing, really, you know. But I really do want to win. If I play my best, I'm okay with losing.
Yeah.
But it's where I get frustrated at myself. You know, like I'm like, what happened there? But anyway, I'm okay with losing, but I do like to win. I do. There's something about it, you know.
We all want to win.
Well, and maybe for me, it's because I had 3 older brothers.
Yeah.
And I was the youngest, and you can never win when you're the little girl and you have 3 older brothers. You can never win.
No.
You know, and they're always tricking me, and they were always, you know.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, oh, here's a dime. Or you have a dime. It's smaller than a penny. A penny's better than a dime.
Oh,
you want to trade me? You know, and I'm like, oh, yeah, you know, and I don't know. So anyway, I think winning feels good because of that.
How does Mark do with you playing pickleball?
You know, we had a pickleball breakup a while ago. Yeah, he needed to break up with me. Mark's my husband. And it was funny because he and I are a lot alike. So interestingly, Mark and I, we've only been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, one of my friends, so Mark's a year older than me, but we went to the same school.
Yeah.
One of our mutual friends, Linda, said to me, I was like 17, and I said, I need a new boyfriend. She said, you should go out with Mark Hedin. And I was like, really, why? She goes, because you're exactly alike. And I'm finding now she was totally right.
Yeah.
So he is really just as competitive as I am.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a softie too.
Yeah.
And so he really wants to do well for me.
Yeah.
And so it's hard for him if he does something that is, you know, dumb in pickleball because he feels like then I'm mad at him. I'm really not mad at him.
No.
You know, I'm going through in my head, what can I do, whatever, but I'm not mad at him.
Yeah.
But he instantly thinks that. So we had a pickleball breakup and he was playing with our friend Karen. And she is a fierce competitor.
Oh, yeah.
And so she was getting on him. She's like, you know, Mark, you got to get up to the lawn and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And so then he's like, you know, I think I can play with you again. So we're back playing together. Well, and then he also saw me playing with Nate, and we were
You guys
succeeding.
are doing good.
We were doing good.
I remember watching those games.
We had a game where we missed every serve.
Oh.
We played our first 4.5.
I'm sure many of you have had that moment.
And there was a yip element where, I mean, it was crazy. We were winning games, and then we have this one game where we're just like 2.0s.
Yeah.
And then it was just so weird.
You're like, this is not how we usually play.
No. In fact, one of the players that we played, remember
Yeah.
when we saw her in Spokane, I mentioned it, and she was like, that was really weird.
Oh, yeah.
But these things happen.
These things happen.
So he saw me succeeding and having fun, and he kind of wanted to get back in it. Yeah.
Hey.
What?
What were you saying earlier about my pickleball play today?
Oh, it was phenomenal. Ooh. Yeah. I didn't like it being your opponent.
Ooh, okay, good. And introduce the world to who your dog is.
Oakley. Annie Oakley from Montana. She's awesome. Yeah! Ah! Do it! Ah!
Because one of the things I like to do, so I'm an artist, and I like to make a pickleball shirt for my partners and I. And
They're always matching. It's adorable.
so some of my partners aren't into it.
You might have to bring some.
Some of my partners are not into this at all. And they just they're embarrassed by my shirts. And sometimes they are ridiculous, right? But they're fun.
They're fun.
Well, Nate was into the shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And so Mark was like, yeah, maybe we should play again, you know? And sometimes my shirts are a flop. They're not as cool as I think they're going to be in my head.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things that I enjoy. I like bringing that little art element in and having fun with it. I think Mark was missing it.
Yeah. He probably saw you across the court thinking, I want to get back in my game with her.
He did really good with Karen, though.
Yeah.
They were beating people. They were doing really good. And she had fun with him, you know. But it was fun that you can do that. In these pickleball families, you can be like, you know what? I need to play with a different partner for a
Yes.
while. And your community is like, okay, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, because not everybody meshes, and we we know that in our group.
Yeah, and sometimes you just kind of need to have a break,
Yeah,
you know?
totally.
Yeah.
So if you could think of 3 like really good aspects of pickleball, what it has given you or done for you, like what are some really like maybe emotional?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm going to cry right now. But so I'm having a really hard time in my life in one aspect, and it's been brutal. And I don't really want to go into detail because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or I don't want to share dirty laundry or anything like that. But I've had a really difficult time. And it all started about when I started playing pickleball. And so pickleball has been so good for me because, you know, some days you just don't want to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Is when your heart hurts so bad because of someone you love and you can't do anything to fix whatever's going on there, you can go to play pickleball. And you can just not even worry, because when you're looking at that ball, you don't think about anything.
Yeah.
You just think about the ball. And so from that aspect, it's been so good for me because I've had some really hard days, and because I am a softie and I do love deeply.
Yep.
And when people I love are hurting, or when I can't help them and they have to have their own journey, then it's hard. So pickleball has really helped me in that aspect. It's also helped me physically because I was getting really soft. And I was trying to be more, you know, physical, but I hate running, and my knees don't like running. No. And I got a bicycle, and then we moved to a place with these horrible hills. And so it's like, okay, that wasn't working. And pickleball is helping me get firm
Back into shape.
and happy. And it makes me want to go lift weights a couple times a week. You know, I'm at the middle age mark. You know, I'm 55, and so I can get discounts at Ross. You know, for senior citizen.
Oh, you're lucky.
Yeah. And so, you know, at this point in my life, it's either stay here or lose. You know, lose weight, lose muscle, lose abilities.
Yep.
And so pickleball has really given me this ignited feeling of, okay, I'm going to go lift weights 2 times a week or 3 times a week. I'm going to go do something I maybe wouldn't want to do, but I know it's going to make me better at pickleball. Yeah. And so I will do it. It helps me with thinking about eating better. It helps motivate me in a lot of ways. And so Mark and I, we do some tournaments, and those tournaments help me focus and help me be like, okay, this is coming, so now I need to do this. Yeah. And I really like that because it kind of washes away aspects of my life that maybe weren't helping me, you know? Mm-hmm. And so I love that pickleball's given me that. And then I love the friends, you know? I love having you as a friend. We have so many friends, you know? And I genuinely love all these people. Yeah. And I root for them, and I want them to succeed. And I love being able to yell across the court for somebody that has a great shot, or, you know, that they're winning, or at a tournament, or just whatever's happening. Yeah. I really love that aspect. I like rooting for people.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so Anne, when you have played in lots of these tournaments, has there ever been like a game or a shot that is your favorite put away, or one of your most favorite? There's always one of those moments where you just send that ball flying, or an ATP or an Ernie or anything that you remember.
Okay, so I don't really hold on to the shots, but I hold on to more the feeling. And there was a game when we played at Big Fork where we played against some really good players. I mean, they were so much better than us. And we got into that element because they didn't have a higher group. Okay. So we kind of got stuck with the highest group. Okay. But we didn't really know. Yeah. And before we started the first game, the guy was like, "This is gonna be done in 2 because it's best 2 out of 3." And Mark was like, oh no, it's not, you know.
Did Mark
So-
use his voice in this game?
Well, so the first game was okay, right? You know, but they beat us. But then that second game, we came back and beat them.
Oh, nice. That was
And
a good feeling.
It felt so good, right? You know, and we were like, okay, bring it. And then, you know, the third game we didn't play so good, but I remember how it felt. I remember how it felt at that second game, you know.
Yep.
And we've actually seen him since
At other tournaments?
yeah. And so we like watch him and stuff. And so we're going to play him again.
Oh.
And so we're super excited. We're like,
Awesome.
and it's fun. You know, he has no idea that we have this little like thing going. We're going to play him. And I enjoy that kind of thing.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
should get some video footage of you guys playing.
He's really
Behind the
good.
scenes.
This guy's really good. But that to me, that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I think it takes me back to high school because when I was in high school on this basketball team, we were in a little tiny town, Colville. We were girls that you would never think would be, you know, so good. And we would play other teams. And so like there was one team we played in Pullman. They were the best in our league, Pullman. And there was a girl, her name was Debbie Nakata, and she was so good. And we were always like, let's get Debbie Nakata and all this. And then we actually went to a basketball camp and she was there one summer. Yeah. And we were like, I love Debbie Nakata. Debbie Nakata's the best. She's so cute. You know, and we were all, you know, and so that's what happens in this. You know, you kind of have this competitive element, but then you fall in love with the people.
Yeah.
And so anyway, that's one of my favorite memories
like
is
that.
that. And just the idea that we're going to, you know, play him again. And it feels fun.
It does feel fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
So if you could have a takeaway from the whole sport of pickleball, like what it's done for you, when you're not playing it, how you're feeling, like what are you thinking about? Like, when's my next game, or who do I get to go play with, or how am I going to get this next group together?
Okay,
you know, it's always in our heads.
It's always in my head.
Yeah.
I'm always
It's
thinking.
always
I'm
in my
always
head.
thinking pickleball, but
Yeah.
you know, I think it's really changed my life for the better.
Yeah.
I feel a lot happier.
Yeah.
I feel just more motivated.
Yeah.
I feel like, okay, I got to get this done so I can go play pickleball,
Yes.
you know? And I feel like I'm more organized. I feel like I've tried to just get rid of clutter. I've tried to just simplify my life so that I can play more pickleball.
Perfect.
And Mark and I literally our vacation revolves around pickleball. And he
That's when you know you're addicted.
yeah, and he invited me. He had a work cruise. He had to go on a cruise ship for work, and he's like, "Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Well, is there a pickleball court?" He's like, "Yes." I'm like, "Sign me up." You know,
With what? How many people? 4,000.
I got to tell you,
elderly people that-
playing pickleball on a cruise ship is so fun. The court's tiny. It's crazy. I loved it.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
love the friends I made. It's not competitive like it is
No,
here,
no.
but it's fun.
Just gives you something to do too.
Yeah, and then I literally saw one of the guys I was playing on the cruise ship. I literally saw him in like Athens in a different spot, and I was like, hey!
No way.
Yeah, and I'm waving and stuff because we had been on the same cruise, and then we ended up there, and he
Yeah.
ended up there type of thing.
Yep.
And it was so incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just fun that you can see somebody across an airport and be like, I played pickleball with you. You're my friend. I can't remember your name, but I love you. You know, so fun.
Oh, that is so great.
Yeah.
Well, the reason why we are doing this podcast is really because we are trying to get to the heart of pickleball. And like Ann shared today, it's the heart of pickleball is our stories and why we do this. And we want to hear from you guys. We want to get stories that are going to help others, that are going to bring joy to others, that maybe will make people cry. The emotions are real.
Chicken soup for the soul.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking, but pickleball
for the
version.
soul.
Yeah.
That's such a good thing.
Yeah.
So like and subscribe and check out our website that we will be probably getting up soon.
No,
or
it's
trying-
up.
It's up. Okay. And then
GirlTalkPickleball.com.
yeah. And send us any references or videos or any stories that you want, and maybe you'll be in one of our podcast episodes.
Yeah. Look for more of these episodes coming soon. And we have so many interesting friends and
Yes.
stories to share with you. You're going to love it.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. Subscribe to Girl Talk Pickleball for more uplift and pickleball inspiration. And please share this episode now with your favorite pickleball friend.